Day 2 of Saints training camp was a very eventful one from start to finish, at least from the fan perspective. The quarterback battle seems to be heating up. Tyler Shuck made some plays, and then Spencer Rattler made some plays. They're going band for band in this starting quarterback competition. In addition to that, we even had a fight between the entire defense versus wide receiver Brandon Cooks. One of the Saints mid-round pick rookies is starting to stand out and making some plays on the defensive side of the ball. And another cornerback is starting to stand out for the defense as well, which is good development for the secondary. And we're here to break it all down. I'm Cash, and you should take 5 seconds to like the video and subscribe. We're trying to reach 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We just hit 12.2 thousand. Shout out to you guys. I need your help so the channel can grow, and in return, you'll get daily Saints and NFL content like this. It's a win-win situation. I post content, and you help my channel grow. And with all of that said, let's dive into day 2 of Saints training camp. Before we dive into the quarterback competition and what went on day 2, I just got to show this first. We had our first fight of Saints training camp. And no, it wasn't Trevor Penning. It was actually Brandon Cooks against Rajon Wright or Alontae Taylor, which is a little surprising. I would not have guessed that was going to be the people involved in the first fight of training camp. I also would not have guessed that it was going to be on day 2. The fight apparently came from Brandon Cooks and Alontae Taylor, and it grew from there. Alontae Taylor's helmet came off during the scuffle, and it diffused pretty fast, but other people are saying Rajon Wright and Brandon Cooks started the fight. We're not really too sure. All we know is that it was Brandon Cooks versus the entire secondary. And here's some footage of the fight that took place. There's Brandon Cooks in the white jersey fighting. Alontae Taylor's pushing him back. Looks like Isaac Yiadom's trying to give him a little nice hug and drag him out of the situation. Everyone's trying to bring Brandon Cooks back. Eric McCoy has to come in. A defensive line. I mean, everyone's involved in this thing trying to defuse it. So yeah, we had a little scuffle at Saints training camp today. Brandon Cooks and some of the secondary players. I just wanted to show that first. Now let's talk about the Saints quarterback battle and how it's been kind of heating up a little bit, while the offense was also kind of in a slump as well. Today, as expected, Tyler Shuck was with the first team offense, while Spencer Rattler was with the second team offense, and Jay Canner was with the third team offense. After getting second team reps yesterday on day 1, where Tyler Shuck looked a little bit more uncomfortable and not really adjusted, he looked a little bit better today on day 2. Thursday was a better practice for Tyler Shuck, and playing with the starting offense likely played a factor into that, and it was just another day of development. But Jeff Nowak did say that Tyler Shuck, while he was better with the one so far, he still looked a little bit antsy. Well, Spencer Rattler was getting everything out on time, and he looked comfortable in the offense, and everything was kind of a little bit better and just more polished because he has that experience. So Tyler Shuck looked a little bit better, but he still isn't where he needs to be. Tyler Shuck appeared to be a little bit more antsy and still not quite himself, but he still led a nice touchdown drive, as Nick Underhill said right here. Shuck had a touchdown drive during team drills or something like that, but then Spencer Rattler comes back with a long completion to Chris Olave, and you'll be seeing these plays up on your screen right now. These quarterbacks are going back-to-back, band for band, bar for bar in this quarterback competition. They're making sure that if one guy's making plays, then I'm making the next play, and that's what you want to see in a quarterback battle. You want these guys making play after play and competing for that starting job. You don't want one guy to be bad and by default the other guy wins the job, because that doesn't mean they won it. You want the guy to win the job because they earned it and deserved it, and that's kind of what we're seeing a little bit. And while a lot of people, including myself, assume that Tyler Shuck would likely be the favorite, this competition may be a little bit closer than we thought. Overall, though, it does sound like the Saints offense as a whole had a pretty rough day. But the quarterbacks did have some nice moments, and the competition itself was heating up. The quarterbacks still weren't playing to the best that they could have been. They were offbeat. There was no rhythm. There was 3 false starts from the offense, which just simply is unacceptable. And the offense had a turnover, which is not what you want to hear. But if the offense is struggling, maybe that means the defense is better, but that's not really crazy for the first few days of camp for the defense to be doing better. But it was right here. The offense did not really have it. The defense was very good during red zone today. Only 1 touchdown scored when Shuck hit Rashid Shaheed. And Nick Underhill says that it was a pretty spotty day for the offense. Rhythm simply just isn't there right now. And up here, 3 false starts, an interception, a turnover from Quincy Riley, and the offense wasn't really there when it comes to the rhythm. So pretty slow day, rough day, it sounds like, for the offense, but the quarterback battle itself sounds like there was at least some good moments in there for the competition to heat up. Let's talk about the turnover. So obviously you just saw that Saints rookie cornerback Quincy Riley got an interception, and he got that play, and he made that play on quarterback Spencer Rattler, who was rolling out right and simply just made a bad play. Here's the play right here, and I'm really happy that like they're allowing people to like take footage and film the practices and stuff now. So Rattler's in at quarterback, second team offense play action, bootleg rolls out right, goes downfield, and then just a bad decision. Quincy Riley gets the interception. The Saints rookie cornerback, the first interception of training camp. The second turnover, though, yesterday there's a fumble from Cam Akers. Quincy Riley makes a nice play on the ball, comes back, stops, makes a nice catch, gets both feet in bounds, and then takes the knee. Really nice play from the rookie cornerback. Now let's talk about the throw. Throwing to Mason Tipton, maybe that was his first mistake. Also, I don't know if Mason Tipton didn't see the ball, but he should be trying to come back and prevent an interception or make a play on the ball, and then he just kind of stands still. That's not what you want to see. He has to make a better effort. For Spencer Rattler's part, he has to make a better throw than that. That's an unacceptable throw. Rattler did, after practice, though, give an explanation as to what happened on the interception and what happened right there. He said the interception was supposed to be a throwaway out of the back of the end zone, but he just didn't put enough power on it and throw it far enough for the interception. So that explains the interception. Still a bad decision, and that can happen. If you can't throw it out the back of the end zone, throw it out towards the sideline or something. Hopefully he can learn from this mistake, though, moving forward. And it is just one play, one mistake, and hopefully Spencer Rattler can learn from it and bounce back, which he kind of did, because the very next play, Spencer Rattler ran in for a touchdown, as we are going to pull up right here. QB power run, which we saw a little bit of yesterday. Rattler play action, has some time, reads the gap, and then runs it in for a touchdown. It looks like he might have had Shaheed right here for a touchdown, but he was already running. He beat, is that Justin Reed? Terrell Burgess, but he ran it in for the touchdown. So nice little bounce back after a pretty bad mistake. As for Tyler Shuck, he did not throw an interception, but he had a weird moment for himself, and he's still just kind of in this weird little, I wouldn't say slump, but transition is the word I would use. During red zone drills, Shuck had a funky finish during the period of practice. So red zone drills for the New Orleans Saints. Tyler Shuck is in, and this is just a little funky play. We'll go over it. They got Shaheed going in motion. They go play action. Shuck's rolling out left, and then he kind of just throws it. It was a throwaway. There's pressure in his face, but this just seems a little funky. Like his footwork on this looks just off, and I don't even know if he got it. Did he get it fully out of the back of the end zone? I can't tell. The line's like right there. I don't know. It's a throwaway. It is just a funky play, though. The way he did it looks weird, and it doesn't look like how it should. So there is still a little bit of work to do for Tyler Shuck. This is a total Derek Carr moment in the red zone. A Derek Carr red zone moment. Even though he made the right decision to throw it away, the way it looks just simply doesn't look as clean as it should. But Tyler Shuck did bounce back and throw a touchdown to Rashid Shaheed facing a blitz, which looked really nice during team drills. And here is that touchdown pass he had during the red zone. He's calling an audible right here, changing the play. He sees the coverage. The Saints defense is blitzing, and then they hike it. Zero blitz, faces some pressure, makes a nice throw with a man in his face, and then he gets it off to Shaheed. The throw could have been a little bit better. It was a little bit low to Shaheed. You probably want to get that a little bit higher and lead him. But, I mean, he's also facing a blitz. He's trying to get that ball out as fast as possible. The pass was completed regardless, and it was a touchdown to Rashid Shaheed. So that was an overall nice play for Tyler Shuck and the Saints right there. So some good and some bad moments from the young quarterbacks, but it sounds like from the offensive perspective as a whole, it was a pretty rough day. But at least these are possibly some learning experiences for the young quarterback room, and hopefully these mistakes allow them to be better in the upcoming days. Now, Jake Haener actually had a really good day of practice. He found Rashid Shaheed for a nice bootleg touchdown, as you see on screen right now. It was a really nice connection between the two guys. Jake Haener had some really good plays just throughout the day in general. He also found Juwan Johnson for a pretty nice connection. He's also part of the quarterback one competition as well. Even though we may not believe it, even though we may not want that to be true, Jake Haener is part of this quarterback one competition, and Kellen Moore did say that he will be getting first team reps with the offense at some point tomorrow, or he'll be getting first team reps to some degree tomorrow with the Saints offense. Moving on to the secondary, let's talk about the secondary. They were making some plays in the second training camp practice. We, of course, showed Saints 4th round pick rookie corner Quincy Riley getting the interception on Spencer Rattler, which was a good play for him. Has a lot of fans excited to see what he can do. He's someone who I'm excited to watch play, and hopefully he can fill in as one of the starting cornerbacks on the team. He's definitely got some aura to him. If you look at the photos, he's got some swag to him. I'm excited to see what he can do. Meanwhile, while he's wearing number 29, filling in for former Saints cornerback Paulson Adebo, he's out in New York getting cooked by Malik Neighbors. In addition to Quincy Riley making some plays, we also have second-year defensive back Rico Payton, who was arguably the preseason MVP last season, had a lot of breakups. People were calling it Rico Payton Island as an undrafted guy made the team. He actually made some plays as well during this second practice, and he was someone who stood out. Here's the first play we have from Rico Payton, who made a pretty nice play on the ball. Got a tight end in motion, Rattlers at quarterback, quick pass out to Jack Stoll, and then Rico Payton comes in and pops it out. Whether that's incomplete or a fumble, that's a good play from Rico Payton, making a play, making himself stand out in a crowded defensive back room. In a secondary that might need some help, that's a really nice play from Rico Payton. Either a fumble or an incomplete pass. And then you get another really nice play, this one closer to the end zone. I believe this is red zone drills. Rattler still at quarterback. Wilson in motion, they go play action. Rattler this time was not on timing. Did not get the ball out fast. He's got to get that ball out of his hand faster. Rolls out right and then tries to make a play. Looking for Maliki Matavo, the rookie tight end, 7th round pick. And Rico Payton there for another pass breakup. So Rico Payton standing out in the secondary along with the rookie Quincy Riley, who got the interception. Some secondary players are making some plays and standing out for sure in a positive way. He's someone who people are sleeping on. He had a really good preseason last year. I've talked to him. He's excited. He's been doing some training. Maybe he could find a role in this defense if someone goes down, or maybe he just proves himself to be someone who deserves to be playing on the field. Alontae Taylor, who got into the fight with Brandon Cooks, also had a pretty good day for the Saints. Had a few nice pass breakups. Nick Underhill had this to say. He, of course, mentioned that Cooks and Alontae got into the first fight of camp, but then he also said Alontae Taylor's been playing well today. So that's also something you want to hear from a guy who needs to have a good season for the Saints. And as someone who the Saints are heavily relying on to be a breakout player and hopefully one of the foundational players for the future if he does reach his full potential. The Saints' newest addition, safety Julian Blackmon, was out there for the first time today as a Saint. You see the photos on the screen. He's wearing number 28, not 32, which is what he wore for the Colts. Jordan Howden was still taking first team reps with the safeties and defense, so Blackmon isn't in that role just quite yet. And the numbers of his contract were released. That's a one-year deal worth $5.5 million. So there's a little update on Julian Blackmon. He was out there, and so was new defensive lineman Jonathan Bullard, who the Saints signed over this past weekend. So those are some of the new faces on the team ready for training camp as well, making their first appearance. Just some other little notes from day 2 of Saints training camp. Running back Kendra Miller did get some first team reps with the Saints offense. The running back rotation continues, as Kellen Moore mentioned. Devin Neal and Clyde Edwards-Helaire were with the first team after Alvin Kamara yesterday. Kendra Miller getting some reps in there for sure. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Charlie Smith, the Saints kicker, who's competing for the starting job with Blake Grupe, struggled, missing 3 kicks from 40 yards, 47, and 49 yards. A rough day, while Blake Grupe was perfect yesterday. And attendance-wise, it was the same as yesterday. No Foster Moreau or Taysom Hill. And that does it for day 2 of Saints training camp. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Let me know your biggest takeaway from day 2 down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Help the channel grow. Help support me so we can continue to do this. I'm Cash, and I'll catch you next time. Have a good one.